It's now 9:02 a.m. in the morning. So, well, because of the incident that just happened, I guess I might have to try a different hotel to go to. And now, the moment I just said that, they're causing pulsing pain, like the sciatica kind of pain in my right hip. You know, excuse me, and still got the swelling in my legs and stuff. So everybody wants me to be away from New Orleans, my birthplace, my hometown. And, you know, it seems like as if when I got the apartment, even when I got in that cabin earlier this year, everybody was mad at me for finally getting off the streets and getting me a place on my own without selling out, you know. And then now that I lost that apartment, that low income apartment, now they're even more mad. So if I get a job, the perps get mad. If I lose a job, they get even more mad. Or if I excuse me, or if I get a place to live, they get mad. If I lose that place, they get even more mad. Or if I get help with the hotel room, they get mad. So now that, I mean, the one of the, like, I have been homesick, very homesick, you know, living out of state and stuff like that. I have been very homesick. And even back in September and October, I thought, well, I would love to treat myself to visit back home in New Orleans, you know, as a treat for celebrating me accomplishing getting a new apartment or whatever. So over the summer, the sex trafficker, the fake Darnell Williams perp, that's not his real name. Um, I don't know his face, and he's been harassing me. I mean, I don't know his face or real name. He's been harassing me um, over the phone. I was forced to change my number, and he was doing what was like telephone scatologia. Was what he was doing over the phone, and then I was forced to change my number, and so he been harassing me over the internet. And he would use fake text now numbers to harass me over the phone, and I had to keep blocking the fake new text now number like 20 times a day. Can you imagine that kind of harassment? So now I no longer have a 504 area code number, and so he's been harassing me probably for 2 years, and I didn't know it, you know, but it's definitely been over a year and a half. And so this past summer, you know, I was in a small town with that cabin. They gang stalked me super heavy over there. Everybody was a gang stalker except me. And everybody was a satanic devil worshiper except for me in that small town. And it just seemed haunted and scary and very hard to get out. I didn't have, and I like that was the worst summer of my life, the most traumatizing and depressing summer of my life. The same way you would be depressed during the winter, it was the most depressing summer of my life. I had absolutely no fun, no enjoyment of anything, just forced to stay inside all summer long because of the excessive heat. And I almost died several times, you know. So anyway, and I can't go back there either, and I don't want to go back to that nightmare. And so everybody wants to lure me away from New Orleans, my hometown, I come back, nobody wants me here, and they want me to go back to Pensacola, Florida. Well, the 4 years I've been in Florida, um, nobody wanted me, and everybody kept telling me get out of Florida or get out of Pensacola, and I'm unwanted everywhere I go, you know. And so, what made me decide, like at first I was just like when they threatened me in Pensacola and try to kill me and cause me to lose my apartment. My first thought was to come here to New Orleans until I can think of something else to do or somewhere else to go. And then I decided, well, I'm just going to stay here. I just want to stay here for the rest of my life, you know. And when I was in Bloomington, Texas, the fake Darnell Williams perp harassing me on YouTube about my soul and harassing me about death and said that who's going to claim your body when you die? And even though my family don't care about me, they care nothing about me though. And he was harassing me talking about who's going to claim your body when you die. And there's nobody out there. In Bloomington, Texas, I had no family. I was out there in that tiny little town by myself, couldn't get any transportation anywhere. And the bus driver was abusive and trying to look for excuses to sabotage my only transportation. And it was hard getting help to get harassed just going grocery shopping once a month, the few months that I was there. So, and it was hard and nearly impossible. You can't even get an Uber ride out there. So it was a nightmare. And then you need your own car, a reliable vehicle to live out there. So now I'm back in New Orleans and they're trying to wrongfully ban me from this place, ban me from that place, kick me out of here, kick me out of there, and see me as a troublemaker and try to condemn me for this or try to boss and control me. And I have to do what everybody else says, and everybody got a fake authority over me. But natives and non-natives act like they try to make me feel very unwelcome here in New Orleans, or try to make like I'm not supposed to be here, and it's like even back in 2010, nobody wanted me in New Orleans, and everybody tried to strap me down in Denton, Texas, where I didn't want to be. And so I had that incident where that bus driver tried to sabotage my transportation. As I said, he did that on purpose. And they probably would have, and I don't even know if they get paid to wrongfully ban me from places, like when they wrongfully banned me from the Hilton Hotel recently. So they wrongfully banned me from the Hilton Hotel just for using the bathroom and also trying to get a job. That's the second time for me to get banned from somewhere in the midst of trying to look for a job. So I thought that, well, since I can't do the shelters, I can't rent a room, I thought that if I could fight to get my own job, and then I can't even get permanent low-income housing, you know how long that takes. So my plan was to have come back here to New Orleans and get my own job, in which they hinder that too. I'm an author, I write, and the gang stalkers want to hinder and stop that too. And they just want to make it look like, oh, she's just a homeless beggar. That's the image that they want to falsely portray while hindering me trying to better myself. So I thought if I try to get a job and get my own job, and I got to stay in hotels or something for the rest of my life, motels or hotels or something, can't get permanent housing no more. And, but they're forcing me to be dependent and needy and won't allow me to be independent. If I get a new job, they sabotage that. If I get a place to live, they sabotage that. The fake Darnell Williams perp, he always brags about knowing what hotel I'm staying in at, And so I'm not shutting up.